Mrs. Mamoni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss and explain the basic concept of rectification of errors, and I'm also going to explain what are the 3 stages of rectification of errors and what are the 4 types of errors with examples, and what is one-sided errors and two-sided errors, step by step in the easiest way. And I'm sure after watching this video you'll have concept clarity on rectification of errors. So let's get started. Chalo shuru kara jak. Now what is rectification of errors? As we all know, committing errors or making mistakes is human nature. Bookkeepers or accountants commit mistakes like an omission, principal, commission, and compensating errors in maintaining the books of accounts of every business entity. There are various stages at which errors may occur. Even after applying the various procedures and checks, certain errors are still committed in different stages while recording the transactions in the books of accounts. But it is very important for the accountants to locate such errors and rectifying them and ascertain the true and correct financial position of the business at the end of the year. Now, what is accounting error? An accounting error is any type of mistake that affects accounting entries. Please remember, accounting errors are not intentional. Okay? Please remember, fraud is not an accounting error because it is the purposeful manipulation of accounting information. It is illegal and unethical, but it is not an accounting error. So what is rectification of errors? Rectification of errors is defined as the revising of mistakes in the entries. What is revising? Revising means making corrections. Okay? Now why is rectification of errors important? Because every business entity wants to ascertain the true and correct financial position of the business at the end of the year. Okay? And please remember, and the accounting errors are generally committed during these 8 stages. Number 1, identifying the transactions. Number 2, recording transactions as journal entries in journal. Number 3, posting journal entries into the general ledger. Number 4, preparing an unadjusted trial balance. Number 5, looking for reasons for an imbalance. Number 6, making adjustments. Number 7, creating or preparing financial statements. Number 8, closing your books. So, accounting errors are generally committed during these 8 stages. Understood? Now, what is one-sided errors? One-sided errors are those errors which affect the agreement of the trial balance. These errors affect only one account and only one side, that is debit or the credit side of the account. Okay? What is two-sided errors? Two-sided errors are those errors which do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. These errors can occur in 2 or more accounts. One-sided error hole ki hoy, trial balance will not agree. But two-sided errors hole, trial balance will agree. Understood? Please remember, one-sided errors are those errors which affect the agreement of the trial balance. That is, the total of trial balance will not agree. Please remember, two-sided errors are those errors which do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. That is, the total of trial balance will agree, but the trial balance will be incorrect and incomplete. Understood? Now, what are the 3 stages of rectification of errors? Number 1, rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. Number 2, rectification of errors after preparation of trial balance with the help of suspense account but before preparation of final accounts. Okay. Number 3, rectification of errors after preparation of final accounts with the help of suspense account and profit and loss adjustment account. Okay. Now let me discuss all the 3 stages in detail. Okay. Please remember, in case of rectification of error before preparation of trial balance, if there is a one-sided error, to rectify one-sided error, journal entry cannot be passed. Only the relevant ledgers are either debited or credited with the amounts. Because তোমার যদি ডেবিট সাইডে একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট থাকে, ক্রেডিট সাইডে কোনো অ্যাকাউন্ট নেই, or vice versa, ক্রেডিট সাইডে একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট আছে, ডেবিট সাইডে কোনো অ্যাকাউন্ট নেই. How will you form a journal entry? Since we know journal entry is a double entry system. In case of rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, you cannot rectify one-sided error by passing a journal entry. To rectify one-sided error, journal entry cannot be passed because we cannot take the help of suspense account. As we all know, suspense account is prepared after preparation of trial balance. So we cannot take the help of suspense account. That is the reason to rectify one-sided error, journal entry cannot be passed in case of rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. Only the relevant ledgers or accounts are either debited or credited with the amount. Understood? In case of rectification of two-sided errors, in case of rectification of error before preparation of trial balance, that is stage 1, to rectify two-sided errors, suitable journal entry is passed. Understood? Two-sided errors jodi hoy, tumi suitable journal entry pass korte paro, but you cannot use suspense account. But in case of one-sided error, in case of rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, there will be no journal entry. Understood? But in case of two-sided errors, in case of rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, suitable journal entry is passed, but not suspense account. I hope you understood. Number 2, rectification of errors after preparation of trial balance with the help of suspense account but before preparation of final accounts. This is the stage 2. In case of rectification of one-sided errors, in case of rectification of error after preparation of trial balance but before the preparation of final accounts, that is in stage 2. To rectify one-sided error, journal entry is passed with the help of suspense account because in the second stage, trial balance has already been prepared. So, we can take the help of suspense account. So, to rectify one-sided error, journal entry is passed with the help of suspense account. But whereas in the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, we cannot pass journal entry to rectify one-sided error because trial balance was not prepared in case of the first stage. Understood? Rectification of two-sided errors in case of rectification of errors after preparation of trial balance but before the preparation of final accounts. To rectify two-sided errors, suitable journal entry is passed, just like the first stage. Okay? Now, number 3, rectification of errors after preparation of final accounts with the help of suspense account and profit and loss adjustment account. Here you can take the help of suspense account as well as profit and loss adjustment account because the third stage is rectification of errors after preparation of final accounts with the help of suspense account and profit and loss account. Already suspense account prepared hoye gache, final accounts prepared hoye gache. So we can pass journal entries with the help of suspense account and profit and loss adjustment account in the case of third stage. But in case of the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, here to rectify one-sided error, no journal entry can be passed. We cannot pass any journal entry because there is no trial balance. Trial balance was not prepared. So, we cannot take the help of suspense account. Therefore, to rectify one-sided error, journal entry cannot be passed because see, rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. Trial balance यदि prepare हो जाए तो we could have taken the help of suspense account. Since trial balance was not prepared in the first stage, rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. So we cannot take the help of suspense account to form a journal entry. So that is the reason to rectify one-sided error, journal entry cannot be passed. Only relevant ledgers are either debited or credited with the amounts. Understood? And in the case of second stage, to rectify one-sided error, journal entry can be passed with the help of suspense account. Understood? And in the case of third stage, to rectify one-sided error, journal entry can be passed with the help of suspense account. In case of rectification of errors after preparation of final accounts, with the help of suspense account and profit and loss adjustment account. In case of two-sided error, as final account is prepared, all nominal accounts are closed by transferring to trading and profit and loss account. Real and personal accounts are carried forward in the next accounting year. Okay? Now, one more thing. How would you understand if the problem given is the first stage or the second stage or the third stage? If the problem is silent about the suspense account, please remember you have to assume the problem is about the first stage where you cannot pass any journal entry in case of one-sided error. Understood? Suppose if the problem says rectify the following errors without mentioning any suspense account, then also it means the problem is about the first stage where to rectify one-sided error you cannot pass a journal entry since you cannot take the help of suspense account. Okay. Number 2, if the problem says rectify the following errors assuming that a suspense account was opened, or if the problem says rectify the following errors using suspense account, that means the problem is about the second stage. So you can pass a journal entry in case of one-sided error. Understood? So you can pass a journal entry with the help of suspense account in case of one-sided error also. Understood? And in case of the third stage, if the problem says rectify the following errors with the help of suspense account and wrote off the difference to the profit and loss adjustment account, this means the problem is about the third stage. So to rectify one-sided error, you can pass a journal entry with the help of suspense account. Understood? And please remember, in case of the third stage, errors in nominal accounts are rectified by the profit and loss adjustment account. Okay? And suspense account, if any, is carried forward in the next accounting year. And please remember, if the suspense account has a debit balance, it will appear in the balance sheet under current assets. And if the suspense account has a credit balance, it will appear in the balance sheet under current liabilities. Okay? And please remember, I repeat, errors in nominal accounts are rectified by the profit and loss adjustment account in the third stage. Okay? You'll understand this when we'll do the problems. Now, what is suspense account? When in spite of the best efforts, the trial balance does not tally or agree, the difference is put in a newly opened account named suspense account, and then the trial balance is made to tally. This is done to avoid delay in the preparation of final accounts. Understood? Now, what are the 4 types of rectification of errors? Number 1, errors of omission. Number 2, errors of principal. Number 3, errors of commission. Number 4, compensating errors. In this video, I am going to explain with examples the first error. Number 1, errors of omission. Okay? Now, errors of omission can be classified into 2 types. Number 1, errors of complete omission. Number 2, errors of partial omission. Now, what is complete omission? Let me make you understand with the help of an example. Complete omission or errors of complete omission, where a business transaction is completely overlooked by mistake and not recorded in journal or not at all posted in the respective ledger accounts. It is simply left out of the accounting records. Complete omission error occurs where there is no records of debits as well as credits. It is a double-sided error. Understood? Debito kono entry nei, credito kono entry nei. Debit side kono entry record hoyni, credit side kono entry record hoyni. This is known as errors of complete omission. No entry is recorded on the debit side as well as no entry is recorded on the credit side. It is a double-sided error. Therefore, in case of complete omission, the total of trial balance will agree as both sides, that is, both debit and credit side are not recorded. But the trial balance will be incorrect and incomplete. Please remember, both sides jodi record na hoy, obviously trial balance will agree. যদি ট্রায়াল ব্যালেন্সের ডেবিট সাইডও কোনো এন্ট্রি রেকর্ড না হয়, ক্রেডিট সাইডও কোনো এন্ট্রি রেকর্ড না হয়, trial balance will definitely agree. But trial balance will be incorrect and incomplete. And I will show you if there is no records of debits as well as credits in the journal, the trial balance will agree. I will show you with the help of trial balance. Now let us take an example of complete omission so that you will understand better. Goods purchased from Nikita rupees 50,000 were not recorded. Okay? See, this is an example of errors of complete omission. Goods purchased from Nikita on credit rupees 50,000 were not recorded. Understood? So you got to draw 3 columns. First will be correct entry, second will be wrong entry, third will be rectifying entry. This is a working note. Before rectifying the entry, you have to do the workings. This is the workings. Understood? So correct entry will be goods purchased from Nikita on credit. Stop here. Don't go further. তোমাকে এই পর্যন্ত দেখতে হবে. This is the correct entry. Goods purchased from Nikita on credit. So purchase account debit to Nikita 50,000. Understood? So what is the wrong entry? Goods purchased from Nikita on credit rupees 50,000 were not recorded. Were not recorded means not recorded on both the sides. You got to assume যদি একটা সাইডে এন্ট্রি হতো ওরা মেনশন করতো, since were not recorded বলেছে তার মানে both sides এ এন্ট্রি হয়নি. So debit side dash, credit side dash. Purchase account debit to Nikita account. Why purchase account debit? Because purchases account falls under nominal account. When goods are purchased from Nikita, cash goes out from the business. This is an expense for the business. So, under nominal account, all expenses and losses are debit. Why Nikita is credit? Because Nikita comes under personal account. According to personal account, the giver of the benefit is credit. So, Nikita will be credited with rupees 50,000. Understood? Goods purchased from Nikita on credit. This is the correct entry. Stop here. Don't go further. তোমাকে এই পর্যন্ত পড়তে হবে. So purchases account debit 50,000 to Nikita account 50,000. Understood? What is the wrong entry? Goods purchased from Nikita on credit rupees 50,000 were not recorded. This is the wrong part. This is the wrong entry. So we'll write on the debit side dash you'll write on the credit side dash. Now you have to compare the correct entry with the wrong entry. This is the technique of doing rectification of errors. How to rectify? You always have to compare the correct entry with the wrong entry. So this is a two-sided error. So we can easily rectify this journal entry. Okay. Purchase account debit 50,000 we haven't recorded on the debit side. So the wrong entries, nothing has been recorded on the debit side. So what you have to do? To rectify the journal entry, the first thing we have to do is to compare the correct entry with the wrong entry. So let's see the debit side first. Purchases account debit 50,000. In the wrong entry, there was no recording of the debit side. So what you have to do? Just copy. Purchases account debit. Since this is a two-sided error, we can easily rectify. Purchases account debit 50,000. Please remember this is the workings. Purchases account debit 50,000. And now let's compare with the credit side. The correct entry on the credit side is to Nikita account 50,000. Whereas in the wrong entry, there is no recording on the credit side. So just copy to Nikita account 50,000. Understood? কিছু যদি লেখা না থাকে debit side, credit side, just copy. Always you got to compare the correct entry with the wrong entry. See again, I repeat. On the debit side, correct entry, purchases account debit 50,000. In the wrong entry, there is nothing on the debit side. So just copy the debit side entry in the correct entry. Purchases account debit 50,000. That is I've done. Now compare the credit side entry in the correct entry with the wrong entry. In the correct entry, on the credit side is to Nikita account 50,000. See the wrong entry on the credit side. There is nothing. So just copy the correct entry on the credit side to Nikita account 50,000. So this is the rectifying entry. You have to prepare a journal entry again to show this rectifying entry. That will do when I'll be doing the problems. Understood? Now let me show you whether the total of trial balance will tally or not, even though this is a two-sided error. Okay? See, this is the correct trial balance. Debit column, credit column, name of accounts. Assuming capital, cash and bank balances were already given to us. Capital 2 lakhs in the credit column. Cash 50,000 in the debit column. Bank 1,50,000. So these balances were given to me already. Assuming. Okay. Now there are two other accounts. Purchases account and Nikita account. But those accounts were not recorded in the wrong entry. যদি রেকর্ড করা হতো তাহলে কি হতো? 50,000 purchases and Nikita is the credit entry. So we should be writing in the credit column 50,000. So the total of the trial balance would have been 2,50,000. Understood? যদি রেকর্ড করা হতো, যদি রেকর্ড করা হতো, purchases should be 50,000 in the debit column and Nikita should be 50,000 in the credit column. And the total of the correct trial balance would have been 2,50,000, 2,50,000. But if we don't record this two accounts, purchases and Nikita, but still the trial balance will tally because this is a two-sided error. Let me show you. This is the wrong trial balance. As on 31st March 2023, debit column, credit column, name of accounts. Capital, cash, bank balances were given to us already as we have assumed. Capital 2 lakhs, cash 50,000, bank 1,50,000. But we haven't recorded purchases and Nikita because those accounts were not recorded by mistake because this is a complete omission. Let me show you. See. Goods purchased from Nikita on credit for rupees 50,000 were not recorded. তাহলে আমরাও রেকর্ড করলাম না ট্রায়াল ব্যালেন্সে। If we don't record purchases and Nikita, then let me see the trial balance. If we don't record purchases and Nikita, then the total of debit column is 2 lakhs and the total of credit column is 2 lakhs as well. So the trial balance did tally. This is the wrong trial balance, but the trial balance did tally without purchases account and Nikita account. What is the correct total of trial balance? 2,50,000. But please remember, even though the total of wrong trial balance did tally 2 lakhs, as both sides, that is both debit and credit, are not recorded. But please remember, the trial balance is incorrect and incomplete. Because the total of correct trial balance is 2,50,000. But the total of wrong trial balance is 2 lakhs. Understood? Though the trial balance did tally. But this is incorrect and incomplete trial balance. So, two-sided errors jodi thake, that will not affect the trial balance. Trial balance will always agree. One-sided error thakle, the trial balance will not agree. Please remember, if there is a two-sided errors, the trial balance will agree. Though the trial balance is incorrect and incomplete, but the trial balance will agree. Understood? But if there is a one-sided error, the trial balance will not agree. That I will show you with the help of an example in case of partial omission. Understood? Now, what is error of partial omission? A partial error of omission happens when only one part of the transaction is recorded, either debit or credit. Either debit side একটা entry হয়েছে or credit side entry হয়েছে, not on both sides. Understood? So with one entry missing, the two don't balance each other out. So this will impact or affect the trial balance. So that means the trial balance will not agree. Therefore, in case of partial omission, the total of trial balance will not agree, as only debit side is recorded but credit side is not recorded. So let me take the same example. An example of partial omission. Good purchase from Nikita rupees 50,000 on credit were recorded in the purchases book but not posted in Nikita account. Okay? In the case of complete omission, on both sides, the amount were not recorded. But in the case of partial omission, rupees 50,000 were recorded in the purchases book but not posted in Nikita account. Now this is an example of partial omission. I am taking the same example so that you can understand. Goods purchased from Nikita on credit rupees 50,000 were recorded in the purchases book but not posted in the Nikita account. See, it's always draw three columns. Correct entry, wrong entry, rectifying entry. The first column should be correct entry, the second column should be wrong entry, and the third column should be rectifying entry. Okay? So, goods purchased from Nikita on credit rupees 50,000 were recorded. Stop here. Purchases account debit 50,000. Why purchases account debit? I have already told you. To Nikita account credit 50,000. Why Nikita account is credit? I have already told you. So, what is the wrong entry? Goods purchased from Nikita on credit 50,000 were recorded. আমরা এই পর্যন্ত পড়েছিলাম. Now let's continue. In the purchases book but not posted in the Nikita account. Were recorded in the purchases book. So purchase account debit 50,000. So in the wrong entry, they have recorded purchase account debit 50,000 but not posted in the Nikita account. So on the credit side, dash. Now this is a one-sided entry. And let us assume this is the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. So trial balance যদি prepare না করা হয় তো আমি suspense account পাবো না, তো we cannot take the help of suspense account. In the case of the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, we cannot pass any journal entry to rectify a one-sided error. Please remember, this is a one-sided error. And let us assume this is the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. Since trial balance has not been prepared, we cannot get suspense account. Understood? So, to rectify one-sided error in case of the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance, we cannot pass any journal entry. Understood? Because আমাদের কাছে suspense account নেই. So we cannot pass any journal entry. I told you the technique, compare the correct entry with the wrong entry. On the debit side, purchases account 50,000. On the debit side of the wrong entry, purchases account 50,000. So leave this. This is correct. You don't have to do anything. No rectification will be done. Now let us see on the credit side. To Nikita account 50,000 in the correct entry. But in the wrong entry, nothing has been posted in the Nikita account. We can rectify the entry on the credit side, since I've told you in the complete omission, since there is no recording, we can easily compare the wrong entry with the correct entry and write down here to Nikita account rupees 50,000. But the problem is, if we write in the rectifying entry to Nikita account rupees 50,000, debit side ke hobe? Amra debit side kake entry korbo? So that is the problem. In the debit side, can we write suspense account debit 50,000 to Nikita account 50,000? No, we can't. Keno likhte parbo na? Because this is a one-sided entry and this is the first stage. Assuming this is the first stage, rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. So how will we get the suspense account? In the first stage, there is no suspense account. Understood? So even if we write to Nikita account on the credit side, since nothing has been posted on the credit side in the wrong entry, we can easily write to Nikita account rupees 50,000. That is correct. But debit side kake likhbe? As we all know, a journal entry is a double entry system. So single account ami likhte pari na. I cannot write to Nikita account 50,000 because journal entry is a double entry system. যদি টু নিকিতা account 50,000 হয়, debit সাইডও কিছু লিখতে হবে. Since we cannot write anything on the debit side, we cannot write to Nikita account 50,000. Understood? This is the first stage, rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. We cannot use suspense account. But in the second stage, যদি এটা second stage হতো, assuming this is the second stage, we could easily have written suspense account rupees 50,000 to Nikita account 50,000. But assuming this is the first stage, that is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance without the help of suspense account. First stage ki hoy? Rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. Trial balance to prepare hi hoy na. So how will we get suspense account? So we cannot form any journal entry in this one-sided error in the first stage. So what will we write in the rectifying entry? Let me tell you. So we'll have to write no journal entry, no journal entry can be passed because this is a one-sided error This is a one-sided error rectified before preparing the trial balance but here Nikita account will be credited with rupees 50,000. Let me repeat. In this case, there will be no journal entry passed. So we got to write no in bracket, no journal entry can be passed because this is a one-sided error rectified before preparing the trial balance. Here Nikita account will be credited with rupees 50,000. Only you got to write this thing. Understood? Now let me show you. Since this is a one-sided entry, the trial balance will not agree. The correct trial balance as on 31st March 2023, capital 2 lakhs, cash 50,000, bank 1,50,000. Assuming these three balances were already given to me. Okay. Now purchases 50,000, Nikita 50,000. This is the correct trial balance. So the total of the correct trial balance is 2,50,000 if we have recorded purchases account and Nikita account. If both the accounts are recorded, then the total of the trial balance will be 2,50,000. So the trial balance did tally. I have already shown you in the errors of complete omission with an example that even though the purchases account and Nikita account were not recorded in the trial balance, then also the total of the trial balance did tally, though the trial balance is incorrect and incomplete. Now let me see this one-sided error. If in the partial omission only purchases account is recorded, let me show you. In case of partial omission, only purchases account has been recorded rupees 50,000 on the debit side, but there is no credit entry on the credit side. So let us record purchases account in the trial balance 50,000 and let's see if this one-sided error will make the trial balance tally or not. Purchases account debit 50,000 we're writing. Okay. There is no Nikita account in the wrong trial balance. See, this is the wrong trial balance. So there is no Nikita account in the trial balance because 50,000 was not posted in the Nikita account. So there is no Nikita account. Let's see the total of debit column. 2,50,000. Let's see the total of credit column. 2 lakhs. See, the total of trial balance did not agree. The total of debit column is 2,50,000. The total of credit column is only 2 lakhs. Because this is a one-sided error. That is the reason we have said a partial error of omission happens when only one part of the transaction is recorded, either debit or credit, but not both. Either debit side has been recorded or credit side has been recorded, but not both. So with one entry missing, the two don't balance each other out. So this will impact or affect the trial balance. That means, therefore, in case of partial omission, the total of trial balance will not agree as only debit side is recorded but credit side is not recorded or vice versa. I have already shown you. See, once again, we have recorded purchase in the debit column, but there is no Nikita account because this is the wrong trial balance. Only purchases account has been recorded on the debit side, but no Nikita account has been recorded on the credit side. So this is the wrong trial balance and the trial balance did not tally. Understood? I've shown you with the proof. I hope you understood. I hope everything is clear now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And I will catch you all again in the next video. Till then, keep rising and keep shining. Bye-bye. Take care, stay safe and stay blessed always.